Hello there, welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name is Sierra, and today I'm going to show you how to fix an F up in sublimation on mugs in particular. So I have a couple of these mugs, this one's still really hot, that I kind of screwed up on. So I want to show you how I plan to fix them. This one was not only, it's just not straight, but it was very like, I already burned some of this off. It was very like faded up here and then dark, and then over here it was just, I don't know, it was one of my first ones and I kind of really screwed it up. So how I'm going to make it right, I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's begin. So first thing you want to do is burn off as much as you can of the old, yuck, gross mess. So that's kind of what I already did with this. My heat press is set at 480 and for 60 seconds right now. I'm not even using the timer. I'm just going based off of what I smell so that I don't catch my house on fire, because that would be very bad. So this one is already as good as it's going to get. Not going to really be able to burn off much more without taking a lot of, I don't know. I just don't trust to burn it off anymore. Plus it's a Cricut mug and I don't know. I just don't know. So I burned this at 480 for about 6 minutes already. I think that's pretty much as dark as this, or as light as it's going to get, which is totally fine because the image that I have, it's a solid pattern. It's mermaid. Hopefully doesn't show through. We'll find out though. Trial and error. That's what my channel's all about. The other one I made as a gift. Again, I fudged it up. It happens. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to you. No matter what you do, you're crafting, you're human, you're going to make mistakes, and that's totally okay. So this one, it does have vulgar language. So just FYI, put my finger over to censor it. There we go. So this one, there's a couple of things going on. There's some weird like orange stuff going on in the background here. Not entirely sure what that's all about, but yeah. And then on the back side, it's just normal, but it is 2 different colors and it is all over. So I am pretty sure that I need to do a darker transfer on this one. So we're going to use this one. So first things first, you want to burn it off. So get your butcher paper because you don't want any of the ink to go onto your press. Wrap it all the way around. Put it in your press. Align it so that you get as much as you can covered. Close it up. And then you wait. You let it set. While that one is processing or burning off, we are going to take this one and our image and some heat resistant tape, and we're going to prep this cup. So in order to prep it, you want to align your image to see. If you just set it like this is going to look really retarded, really dumb. So we want to make sure that these two are as straight and even as we can get them. I would love to do a full wrap, but I'm still working on measurements. I feel like I need another few, at least an inch here, or to even just have it much wider to where it comes all the way out, and then kind of do another one I'm going to do. Kind of have it go along the handle here too. That'd be pretty friggin' sweet. So you just want to, again, align your edges here. Try to make them as straight as possible. This side does have a little more burning on it. These are just for myself. I'm not selling these or anything or giving them away, so it doesn't really matter. But it does though, because of OCD. So you want to make sure that not only is this aligned here, but your rims, your upper and your lower rims are aligned as well, and as straight as you can possibly get them, which They pretty much are. And yes, this, again, this needs to be as straight as you can get it or as even. But because this side has a bit more burning closer to the edge, I want to cover that up a little bit. So I am going to leave a little gap. It's whatever. Again, they're my cups, so I don't care. Alrighty, so then we're going to take some heat-resistant tape. Normally, I would have already put a piece of tape on here so that I don't have to do this one-handed, but I did it. So, this is what we get. I'll put that there for now. I can get my scissors. I step off camera here for a second. There we go. So I've got one piece of tape here. And I'm just going to take this literally across the two. That way, I can cut my tape without stressing. I don't know what that was. So you want to make sure that this is on there super snug. You don't want any air bubbles or gaps or anything like that because they will show. You're going to have some weird like aura going on. So I did this just for now, but what I'm going to do is also tape straight down, and then on the top, I'm going to leave open. I'm not going to tape it, but I am curving. This is how I do my mugs. Curve it over the lip there, and then on the bottom as well. I just kind of like take my fingers across like so. There we go. And what that does is it gives it a very kind of rounded surface rather than just a straight rim around it there. So just a piece of dip and another piece of dip. So again, just taking my heat resistant tape here. I'm going to put it all the way. I cannot measure to save my life today. To put it a little bit on the bottom there. Just like so. There's one. And then I'm going to do the other side the same way. Tape is not my friend today, guys. Then again, tape rarely is my friend. There you go. Same thing. Just right along the edge there. Voila. Cup number 1 is ready to go. Ready to be pressed. So then I need some more butcher paper because you cannot reuse this butcher paper regardless because this is what happens when you burn off images. So there is no reusing of that. We get more. I do have this one as well that I'm going to just take the same design that's all the way around the cup and just cover this with it. I tried to fix my mistake. By fixing my mistake, I created a new mistake, which created shadowing. This is why you should never try to press twice, ever. It does not work. It is very shadowed. And then at the bottom here, I totally fudged that up too. So I'm going to take a strip of this same pattern and wrap it all the way around the bottom. Then I'm going to press the bottom. Then I'm going to take a section of it and just slap it on there and press that area. And hope for the best. I also might just create a whole new wrap, making sure that the darkest part is here and then wrap the whole thing. That way I don't burn parts of the cup, but not other parts. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a video on that one too. This is a different beast and I'm not ready to conquer it yet. So let's see about this mug over here. Got a towel or cloth so that I don't burn my hand off. Mud has been in there for quite some time, so it is going to be very, 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 very hot. Ooh. Let's leave that on the floor there. See, it's already very steamy. Very, very steamy. So that should be okay for the image that we are going to be sublimating onto there. I do like the pink, that's kind of cute. So because this is so hot, I don't want to set it on my table or my ledge there. So I'm just going to drop it right here on the floor so that it can cool. But away from my feet so that I don't step on it and it doesn't burn my carpet. I didn't think this one through very clearly. I've used cardboard here. We're going to use cardboard. There we go. That way there's no burning of the house down. So, all right, we've got mug. Got butcher paper. Oh, no, we don't have either because my heat press is set to 480. We need to drop that. Set, drop. We want it to be about 385 for 60 seconds. So we're going to give that just a minute to simmer down some because that's going to be super duper hot. I could not is what I could not do. So this guy is going to be pretty hot for quite a while. It is ceramic. It's a mug. And that takes so long to cool. Do not try to cool this down on your own using ice cubes or cold water. It will shatter. Don't do it. So many times in my restaurant previous life, so many times in my previous life when I worked at restaurants, people would take these straight out of the dishwasher and dunk them in ice. When they scooped the ice up with the cup would shatter into the ice bin, and I still have nightmares of having to clean out the ice bin that has shattered glass in it. Don't do it. Let it cool naturally. It'll take about 20 minutes probably, but I don't need it to cool completely for this. I need it to just cool enough so that I can get my image on there without burning my hands off. So we're just gonna let it do its thing naturally. The quickest way to cool these off naturally is to not have them on a surface, because whatever surface you have on them is going to absorb heat and then keep the heat on. So I like to air it out. Same thing with when you're pressing HTV and stuff. If something like strip flock, new video coming up, keep an eye out. Strip flock is a cold peel. Do not peel that hot. It's not going to stick. It'll stick to the mask, not the actual garment, but cold peel. So take it off of the press, away from the heat, then you can cool it off, flap it in the air, do whatever you need to do, but let it cool and then peel. Cool and then peel. All right, that's still way too hot. My press is down to temperature, but don't trust that it's down to temperature just yet. So I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Put this back down. Like so. Put that there. Take a sip of my coffee. And then we're ready to press. Sorry, every time I come off of camera and then go back onto camera, it creates this weird look on my face. I swear I'm not possessed, guys. It is a full moon, though. That explains why my children were such demons yesterday. Yeah, totally a thing. Anyways, so moving on. Cup. And yes, I know I talk too much. But that's why there's a fast forward button, folks. Just skip on by. Get to the point. That's not what my channel's about. I want to get to know you, love you, show you how I F things up and then how I fix them. All right, so burnt piece of parchment paper on the floor. Let's not touch that. Cup wrapped all the way around with butcher paper. Yes, it's awkward, but yes, it works. Okay, mug press. Squeeze that in there. Make sure that my design is aligned with the wrapping of the mug. Kind of not, but kind of is. It's the only bad part about this press is that it doesn't align the way that it should. Okay. So you want to make sure that it's in there if you have a press like this and not the Cricut mug press. If you have the Cricut mug press, you just slide it in and go. But I have the Zenny 8-in-1. I always forget to hit my timer. That's why I like the Caesar one. It's automatic. It just closes and the timer sets. This one doesn't have that, and the Caesar doesn't have the mug attachment. So anyways, this is the Zenny, Z-E-N-Y, 8-in-1 heat press. There's a link down below for it on Amazon. I do highly recommend it. I had some flukes in the very beginning with this machine, or with the press, where the top piece, the little dial thingy, popped off in the middle of a video. If you haven't seen that one yet, go search for it. I don't remember which one it was. But other than that, it has been really, really awesome. It works really well. The temperature is very regulated. The press comes with the plate, which is 12 by 15, so it's a pretty big plate. But then you also get 2 plate presses, which are like just round presses, which are really, really helpful for certain things. I've only used them like twice, but those 2 things, it was for a ceramic plate. Then it comes with a hat press, which I use for headbands. Super, super, super helpful. And t-shirt sleeves. Alrighty. Now, because I know that my mug the press is not coming to the edge where that handle was. So what I did was I just opened the press a little bit, and then I shifted the handle over a little bit so that I still get that one side pressed as well. Hopefully this doesn't cause any burning, but we will see. I don't know how else to get the whole thing in there because it's only so big, and these are the smallest mugs that Cricut makes. I think that they're the smallest mugs that you're gonna find anyways. So yeah, there's that. Got that going for me. See if I can, so I can hold it. It's not burning my hand. So that means that we can do this one next. Yes, because I want to see how Black Leopard looks. All right, I did not set the timer for this, and it's totally fine. Your mug will be hot. Use a towel. Or an oven mitt. Oven mitts work too, but I don't have one of those nearby. See, it's steaming. I don't know if you can see the steam. If you can see the steam, drop a comment. I'd love to know, because it's pretty cool looking. All right, so butcher paper, 4. This is very, very hot. Like very, 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 very hot. So then I'm going to take, because I don't want to burn my fingers off, Cricut tools. Use them for what they're not meant for. Am I the only one that does this? I use my Cricut tools for things that they're not meant to be used for. I can't be the only one. Tell me you have not used your weeding tool to open a box. Tell me you have not used your tweezers for things other than Cricut projects. This is not tape. Get off. I don't like tape. I'm desperately trying not to touch this. See, didn't work. You can still see John. Darn. Well, John, there's John out there that wants a mermaid mug. Reach out. I've got you covered. So, how I'm going to save this one is I'm going to find like a black heart. I'm going to find like a black heart or like a starfish. Something dark to put over that and call it a day. This side's not as bad, but you can still clearly see it. But overall, turned out pretty good. I mean, let's see how this other one does. I know I'm taking up all your time. I'm very sorry. No, I'm not. But see, now you can see that I burned this for 6 minutes and then some because I had burned it prior to burning it. And it was still very dark. The lettering was black. So that's probably why. But I can definitely cover up John here. I don't know if I can keep up let's keep the dumb effery to a minimum today. Project time. Project cover up. That's what we're calling it. All right, so now we have this bad boy. And we have this. Let's get the tape this time. Make sure we have a little bit of tape on here. This one won't take as long, I promise. There's that. All the tape. It's still a little hot. I grabbed the inside of the cup. That's why it was still pretty hot. I don't recommend doing this if it's hot because there's a chance that this will sublimate onto here. Because sublimation is not pressurized. It is just straight up heat. All right, so I've got that kind of on there. Again, I don't recommend doing this the way that I am doing it. Wait for it to cool. Don't be impatient like I am. Do what I say, not what I do. There we go. You are aligned on the bottom, but not on the side there. Shiitake mushrooms, Batman. There we go. Again, making sure that it's nice and tight. It's so hot though. There. And then this one I did leave more of a like edge, so I am not going to curve this all the way in. Lesson learned, if you curve it all the way in and you've got that much on the top, you're gonna get like ripples. It's gonna look really weird. Same with the bottom part here. To get some tape. This one won't take as long because we're not waiting on the press to lower. Where's my tape? There it is. Again, just taping up the edges here. I like to have a little extra on the edge here. That way when I go to peel it off, I have something to pull up from. Again, just giving you all my tips. I'm sharing because sharing is caring. This is not my morning, y'all. Okay, we're good. Don't reuse your butcher paper. Don't be like me. Just kidding, be like me. All right, wrapped, ready to go. Into the press. Aligning it, making sure it's in there. And pressing we go. Alrighty, so my press is now set at 385 for 60 seconds, and that's what it should be set at for any mug pressing. For this press, some run hotter, some run colder. This has been my sweet spot for pretty much all sublimation types. 385, 60 seconds. The only time that has been a negatory on sublimation is for things like stickers and whatnot. Obviously, you know, it's a sticker. It will melt. It's vinyl. So I do those at 350, 340, 350 for about 15 to 20 seconds, depending on what type of vinyl that I'm sublimating on. Depends on how hot or how long I press it for. So 385 for 60 seconds for this particular heat press for sublimation. Some will say 400, some will say this. What I recommend for you to find your sweet spot: test, 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 and test. It will suck because you will waste product, but you'll know so that you don't waste as much product. Again, I'm just going to push this over a little bit and press again for just a few seconds. So back to my spiel about heat time. The other thing that you can do is get one of those heat guns, or thermometer guns, not heat guns, thermometer guns, and kind of range where if you have any cold spots is another thing. You know, if you're not getting the sublimation that you want, there's so many reasons why. And there's a video idea. See, I talk to you and these light bulbs just pop up. What can make a sublimation transfer go wrong? New video coming up too. I should write all these down because I am full of them this morning. All right, should be done. Handle's not too hot, but the cup definitely is. Let's get a little steam facial going on here. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't recommend doing that because sublimation is gas. And I'm filling this room with gas. That was not creepy at all. I'm sorry, y'all. Alrighty. Time to see. Now, I am not going to remove this whole thing because I want to see how much is covered and if I need to press again. So I'm just going to peel off a little bit of tape there and then take a peek at the corner. I will know. No, I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to press some more. If you're going to repress, do exactly what I just did. Hold it by the corner, peel off a little, or by the handle, peel off a little tiny corner. Check to see if you like it. If you don't like it, press again. Do not remove your transfer and then try to put it back on. You'll end up with on the tumbler. So I don't like it. The other thing is see, I have a little lip right there. I could just peel that off, lift it up a little bit. See if I like it, see if I hate it. It's not ready. It's not ready, y'all. So we're gonna press again. Just putting it back in the press over here. I'm struggling. All right, so gonna press it again for just a little bit longer. Maybe 20, 25 seconds, but sip my coffee first. And no, I did not make this mug. It is one of the Starbucks collections of the You Are Here, and it's from Greece. I have an obsession with collecting coffee cups and shot glasses. So if you are somewhere in the world that I have not visited yet, and you want to send me something, drop me a comment because I would love a shot glass or a coffee mug from you. I have not been to Sydney, Australia. I know that you guys are watching. I've seen you. And other parts of the US. I've been to Rome, Greece, I have a London one. I have so many of these things, but drop me a comment. I'll tell you if I've been there or not. I love collecting this stuff. It's just so fun. Yes, I can make things, but that wouldn't give me the full 60 seconds. ADHD there. Wouldn't give me the gratification of knowing that it came from somewhere different. Alrighty. Fingers crossed. Because I'm not pressing this again. Pressing again would cause burning, and I don't want to burn it. I want to love it. So, again with the tape. Just all I'm doing is, sorry, the camera is really high today. And I'm a little bit short, so. I'll just back up a little bit. Come on. Let's take something that's not supposed to be awkward and make it awkward. Oh, it definitely covered it up. So what I need to figure out how to do is at the bottom here. See that? I think that I have a cold spot on my press because this happens depending on which direction I have my press or my mug. It happens. You can see right here where it didn't press evenly. But it did cover up. And this was the whole point. I mean, right here you can see where it had the other stuff, but I kind of like the effect that it has. It gives it definitely dimension. Looks pretty cool from far away, with the exception of the bottom. So I think that what I'll do is put this back on and only press the bottom part. Maybe. I don't know. I have to figure that out. But my tweezers are hanging on for dear life here. I think that is how I will try to fix this. See, I won't. I'm going to leave it because what I just told you, don't take it off and then try to repress. It's not going to work. So if I'm going to try to repress, what I will do, or try to fix my screw up on the bottom, you can see here where it didn't press. You see the difference. Interesting. So because of that was hot, image on the cup, you can't really see it. I'm looking for it, but I can't really see it. So I was looking here, and you can see right here how it kind of like was wrinkled a little bit. Remember how I told you to make sure that it was on there good? That's why. If this wasn't such a dark and complex image, you'd definitely be able to see that. So, what I want to do here, and you can stop watching if you're done with me. All I'm going to do is try to get that bottom to press a little better. And by how I'm going to do that is I took the bottom strip that didn't press off of my transfer. Use a little piece of tape. I'm going to cut a little bit more along the bottom edge here so that I can. This is why I usually cut off the excess on the bottom, because when you don't, this happens a lot more often. So just going to align this here. I want the lining to be kind of perfect because I don't want it to overlap too much. I'm mulling it to get it straight, see. The cup is still really, really hot, so I don't want to touch it too much. So, my tape is too short. Sorry, guys. Not really. You're free to skip on to the next video if you like. Just saying. But, if you want to see if it works, stay tuned. Reality is I'm trying to not to burn the shiitake mushrooms out of my fingers right now. Because this cup is hot as shitballs. Sorry I didn't censor that out. No, I'm not. Because this cup is literally super, super hot. And I don't have a pot holder down here. Line up. Oh my gosh. It doesn't want to line up. Yeah, what's up? For my finger. Okay, good enough. So now I'm going to put it in the press, but I'm only going to put it to this point. I'm not going to put it all the way in. That'd be bad. Butcher paper is in. Again, only putting it to the edge as much as I can possibly tell. And then we press it. Fingers crossed that it works. I actually like how that one turned out. This guy, I mean, if you look at it from far away, it looks pretty cool. You can still see John from far away. So I will be putting, like, even if it's vinyl, I'll find something to put over that, because definitely does not. You can still see John. Can you see John from that far? I can see it very, very well. Which sucks, because I like how it turned out. That's all right. We'll cover John up with a star or heart or starfish. Something dark, something black. It should work. Should. Okay, this should be almost done. Fingers crossed that it worked. Because if not, oh well. Ooh, that was loud. Well, it didn't burn off any of the other parts of the cup. So that's a plus. It worked. Kind of. Mostly. It's better than it was, that's for sure. And the bottom there. It's better than it was, that's for sure. And the way I just showed you, you can definitely see the pink there still. Without that ring light, let's dim this just a little bit. Sorry, I know I'm shaking you. There you go. Now you can really see the effery. So, full tumbler rewrap. Full tumbler rewrap is what we're going to call this. I'm going to set this on the floor because it's super hot. Full tumbler rewrap. Successful? Mostly. I'd say so. Because it did cover up most of this image. And it can definitely be reused. Same with the one down there. As long as I get that bottom part, this part, in line. I mean, the other side of it is if you use epoxy, you can always glitter the bottom of this, do a quick coat of epoxy, or even dishwasher safe Mod Podge. It's a brilliant idea. I know what I'm doing with this cup. I'm just going to do a little layer of glitter around the bottom to hide the effery. Do a coat of, a couple coats of dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and it'll be an easy fix. Voila, ba-bam. Yes, you can fix your F-ups on Cricut mugs. I did, kind of, mostly. You can do the same thing with tumblers. Burn off your image, put it in the heat press, put it in your oven, whatever you use for sublimation, for a very long time at a very high temperature. Wait till it turns as light as you can possibly get it. I could have probably gotten those a little lighter if I let them sit a little longer. I was just nervous. Everyone is in their first time. They're nervous, and that's okay. I'm kidding. So, you know, it's definitely possible. And that was the point of this video, was to show you that you can do it, and that you're not going to melt the cup, and that you can still sublimate over them. That was my whole point in this project, was to show you that you can repress or resub, fix your F-ups. Come up with a title for this one. Resublimate onto mugs when you sublimate over sublimation. That. And that was the whole point in this video. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sticking with me through my very long-winded explanation of, yes, you can sublimate over sublimation. Until next time, make sure you subscribe, wherever that may be, and like this video. And again, drop me a comment. Tell me where you're from. I'd like to know if you want to send me a shot glass or a We Are Here mug. I'd love you forever. I love you anyway. So drop a comment, like, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. We'll see you later.